Goalies need mobility. I have been working on my mobility for over 10 years, and I've learned a lot of things in that time. The good news is that I kept track of everything, what worked and what didn't. Even more than that, my ideas have evolved as I've learned more and spent time educating myself on how the body works. Some of this stuff might not make sense to you. You might not know why it works. Some of these things I don't even fully understand yet, but I want to help you. If there are things that I've found helpful, I'm going to share them with you and you can try them for yourself. Without waiting any longer, here are my best mobility tips. Tip number 1, hang from a pull-up bar to stretch out your back. Accumulating time in this hang position can be beneficial for many reasons, and for me it's always helped when I hurt my back weightlifting. I'm not an expert here and I need to do more research on this topic, but I hear that spending time hanging from a pull-up bar can really benefit different areas of your body. It's always helped me when my back is tight and a little bit jacked up from lifting. Tip number 2, get your glutes working well. If your glutes aren't doing their job, something else is taking over. That could be your back or your hip flexors. That means they get overworked, they feel tense, and then they hurt. Make sure your glutes are doing their job. I used to use bands to do lateral walks, squat holds, and fire hydrants, and those could help you too, but now I spend more time on glute strength work like squats, deadlifts, and kickstand hinges. Remember this, lacking strength in one area can cause tightness in another area. Tip number 3, if you're watching this right now, unclench your jaw, drop your eyebrows, and let your shoulders relax. I bet you are doing at least one of those 3 things. That unnecessary tension wears us down over time and causes tightness throughout the body. You'll feel way more relaxed once you learn to let go. Tip number 4, your entire body is connected. Your feet affect your jaw affects your feet, and everything in between has an influence on other areas of your body. Don't neglect anything and don't chase pain in areas where you feel it. Your tight back could be caused by foot positioning or sensation, glute weakness, or the way that your teeth are touching. Pain is complicated, so it's important to focus on the body as something holistic and not just one area. Tip number 5, sometimes your body feels tight because it is weak. Deadlifts have improved many painful backs. Tight hip flexors may just need to be strengthened. Strength training is essential to mobility. Tip number 6, if your calves are always tight, it could be because your weight is too far forward. So look in a mirror to see if your pelvis is leaning forwards a little bit rather than in a more neutral position. If that's the case, your body feels like it's falling down, and so your calves tighten up to protect you from falling forward. Try to sense your heels being on the ground. Use hamstring bridge type exercises in your training to get your pelvis back in a neutral position and take that pressure off your calves. Tip number 7, this one sounds kind of weird, but it always works for me, and that is try to walk without looking at the ground. See if that makes a difference for you. You should feel tension release in your body. So many of us look at the ground when we walk, and our bodies should be able to sense the ground and feel it with our feet and get that pressure from our feet that goes out through our body without looking at the floor with our eyes. This is a PRI concept, and it's very fascinating and one that I continue to research and try to understand better. Tip number 8, the nose is for breathing, not the mouth. So you want to keep your mouth closed, your lips sealed, and breathe in through your nose without opening your mouth. If you look up nasal breathing and learning to breathe without opening your mouth, you'll see that that practice has been life-changing for many people in a variety of ways, especially in regards to mobility. Tip number 9, sometimes your body is tight because it is afraid, and it's afraid of not feeling protected in a certain area. It's afraid of falling down, as we saw with the calves. Your body needs to be able to know, and your brain needs to be able to know that you are safe in certain positions, and that is why strength work is so beneficial. Getting stronger makes us more capable, and it gives us confidence when we encounter the world. If your body is strong in a position, it won't be scared there. That's why learning to squat deep is better than stretching the majority of the time. The strength we get in that position tells our nervous system that we are safe there. It doesn't have to be afraid, and it can turn off and relax. Tip number 10, the lack of a full exhale may be hurting your mobility. So learn to really exhale and get all the air out without tensing your neck, without clenching up or tightening other areas of your body. Learn to get a full exhale, feeling like you can't get any more air out, and then going a few more seconds, and then pausing for 2 seconds before inhaling again slowly. This takes practice. It's not easy to do right away. You don't want to push it too hard, but you want to try to slowly get to a point where you can exhale fully and exhale in a relaxed way. And that's really going to do a lot to loosen up areas of your body and improve your mobility. The chase for better mobility for goalies is a big one, and I've spent many years training and learning about mobility and how to improve it. My training style in regards to mobility has really evolved over the years, There are things that I did 10 years ago that I don't do anymore, and there are things that I learned 10 years ago that I'm still doing today because the principles work. It's an ongoing thing. Everybody's a little bit different, but I hope that these tips can be helpful for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Make sure to check out our Instagram and TikTok in the link in the description below. And we also have some goalie specific training programs available there.